Hello, you will be learning how to use FlowLab, which is a game design platform, to design your own video game. I did a quick game over the summer called Doggy Diamond. Looks like Flappy Birds and Super Mario Brothers, just something simple, straightforward. You're not going to be able to hear the sound, but the goal is to collect all the diamonds and without touching the spikes. You can see if I touch the spikes in my upper left hand corner, the health goes down. And you see I got it down and it starts over. In class, I challenged the students, the first one to get to 50, got some tacky. So go ahead and press pause. And play the Doggy Diamond game just to mess around with the controllers. So go ahead and press pause. I'll put a link in Google Classroom for the Doggy Diamond game, okay? Okay, now that you've gone and practiced the Doggy Diamond game, click on that FlowLab.io link, and then you're going to click Login. Now I've already created your login. I know it says email, but you can ignore the email. I've created a username for you. It is your first initial, last name, and then UCMS. First initial, last name, Union County Middle School, UCMS. And the password should be 12345. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click sign in. I created myself like a faux student account. So I'm looking good there. Now next you're going to click on new game. I'm going to click OK, empty project. So you're going to want to have two tabs open. You're going to want to have this video open and then flip back and forth between this tab, this video tab, and the tab to create a game. Let's just click anywhere to create. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I need to set the settings up. This isn't big enough. Let me see here. At the bottom, sorry, I don't think the recording is going to record this part here at the bottom. So we have play, library, game levels, layer, and settings. So you want to click on settings, and you'll want to make the settings bigger or smaller. And so since our box is pretty small, I'm going to go ahead and just enlarge that a little bit here. The gravity's fine. So I'll just go ahead and make that 1711. New game, I'm just going to go ahead and put my name here. So go ahead and put your name in that. And I'm going to go ahead and hit, let's see what the advanced options are. Physics, drag, you don't have to deal with any of that right now, so I'll keep it on basic. I'm going to hit OK. Okay, next we want to change the background color. So let's go ahead and click on game levels. And now you can see that has a white background. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it gives me the color swatch. And I'm just going to keep it to something similar to Mario. You can click it, you can keep on whatever you want. But I'm just going to go ahead and do kind of a light blue background, almost like the sky. Once I've done that, I'm going to hit OK. So that looks fine. Okay, so I'm happy with my background. Next, we're going to create some ground levels. So we call these different object sprites. So I'm going to go ahead and just click. I can click anywhere in my box and then click create. And now I'm going to click edit sprite. So now I can edit this sprite by choosing the different colors at the bottom and then clicking anywhere in the sprite. Or I can click on browse and then I can click on select category. So I have pixel blocks. It shows me all the different blocks that I can choose from, and I just can move my mouse down and you see how it scrolls through. I can go to characters. I can go objects. I can go to town. I don't think I've done anything with different town objects here yet. This is a new program for me too. I will say start by saying I do have a limited knowledge. I'll gain more this semester when we work through it. Um, so there are going to be things that you may have questions about, but if I can't see your game, I might struggle to answer that. So my best suggestion is just to follow this tutorial step by step, and then to explore, because that's really what it's about. It's not about the final project. It really is just about exploring this, which is similar to Scratch, and just exploring, what it might look like putting the game together. But I think once you play around for 30-40 minutes, you'll find that things start making sense pretty simply. So I'm going to go back to the pixel blocks, and I'm just going to choose, one of these. Let's do with the grass. Okay, so that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK at the bottom. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and rename this. So I'm just going to name this ground in case I ever want to refer back to this in terms of, let's say your main character gets energy by touching an object or walking on the green part, or maybe loses some energy when they're walking on different parts. So I'm just going to go ahead and rename this because that makes it easier for me to refer back to it. So I'm going to go ahead and type that ground. The behaviors, I'm going to go ahead and leave alone for right now. And you got physics, which says, whether you want it to be solid, movable, enable rotation. It's already clicked solid, which we want it solid. I don't want it movable because we want our character to be able to walk over it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that solid and hit OK. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and now I'm holding down my mouse key, and that's once I grip it, I can move it around like typical. Okay. So now if I want to make more of these objects, instead of going back and going through that process again, I go ahead and just click on it and click clone, and I can click anywhere I want, or I can just hold it down and it makes it all the way across. Hold down the mouse key and it made it all the way across. So that's cool. So let's say I didn't want those there. I hit done cloning, and I can go ahead and click that and hit delete, or I can just hover over it and hit the delete button, and that'll do it as well. I find that way to be much more effective. So I've got my ground here. All right, I don't want my people to go, the characters to go out of bounds. So I'm going to go ahead and just, whoops, I'm going to go ahead and clone that again, and I'm just going to go ahead and make a wall to my left. Hit done cloning. I'm actually going to go ahead and keep on drawing down here. And click done cloning. And to move your screen over, you just click anywhere off and hold it down and then move it around. Okay, so I want to keep going because I'm going to make this longer. So now that I have that moved over, I'm going to hit clone and just keep on building that over. I'm going to hit done cloning again and then move that over. Click, clone, and then drag. Remember, anytime I do something, just press pause on my video, click on a new tab for your game, and then do that part. And done cloning, move it over, and I'm going to make it this much, just a little bit longer here. So clone and move it over, and I don't want, I don't want them to go out of bounds. So I'm just hitting the delete button over the ones that I don't want. Okay, now let's see here. Go ahead and click. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to add a character. So once again, I just click anywhere inside the box and click create. And now I'm going to click Edit Sprite. But I don't want this. I want a character. So I have to go back to my Browse folder with all the different categories. So select Category. And now I want to go to where it says Picto CHRS, short for characters. And now I've got my different characters. So maybe this time I want to have, I had a dog and Doggy Diamond. So maybe this time I'll put a cat. Now here you can alter the color. You have your color swatches at the bottom. So maybe I want to add some black. Okay. And you can do that and play around with the colors, or you can leave it the way it is. Add some white. Just add some different. It doesn't matter. You can leave it the way it is. I'm just showing you that you can add some color. And once I have that character, I hit OK. And you can see the white does not look good, so I might want to go back and change it. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Okay, since this is our character, we do want it to move around. So go to Physics and click on Movable. And it's affected by gravity, all this. You can, if you wanted to play around, not with the character, so to speak, but if you wanted to dive into it, these different options can cause the character, or let's say you had a floating rock or just anything, maybe an extra bounce. All these give an impact on your sprite. Going back to properties, and I'm going to rename this type. I'm just going to go ahead and put cat, and then I'm going to hit OK. Okay, so now I'm just going to make sure that this looks fine. So I'm going to hit the play button at the bottom, and this looks like a game. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to Edit Game at the bottom, and now I'm back in the editor. Okay, so now we want to make our character move. So I'm going to click on our character, and now I'm going to click Edit. To make the character move, that's controlled in the Behaviors. So I'm going to click on Behaviors. Now, you can do this manually, but for today's purpose, I want you to go to the Behavior Bundles at the bottom. And now, I want you to go to the Run and Jump. And that's giving you the run and jump. So let's just go ahead and click on the play within. You see this play button down here? I'm going to click play. All right, I'm moving left and right using my arrows. Oh, and it's already giving me the jump. That's good. All right, so right now it's showing me that I can do things properly. So I can hit the stop, or I can just hit escape, and that puts me back into the editor mode. Okay, to keep the videos small, that concludes the first part of the lessons. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video here. I need you to go to part 2 for the next part.